Hello guys, we're decorating another cake today. This one is a tall 6-inch cake and the flavor is Biscoff sponge with Biscoff buttercream and, you guessed it, more Biscoff in the middle. This customer is actually one of my regulars. She's ordered from me for the past 5 years or so, and all of her cakes are more or less Biscoff, so I already know her flavor. But yeah, this cake, it low-key traumatized me, I'm not even gonna lie. I told myself I'm never doing a fondant character again because they always take so long and I don't know how to price them properly. But because it's for her daughter and I've literally made her daughter's cake for the past 3 years, like, I've watched her grow, that's my daughter now too. So I couldn't say no. So yes, I did put myself through hell, but the cake turned out beautifully. So here I'm just icing the cake with the final coat. So the crumb coat was in Ganache and this is in mock Swiss meringue buttercream. And you know the drill, I'm using my metal scraper to get the smoothest finish. Now let's make the thing that kept me up all night, this damn unicorn. And I always underestimate how long fondant figures take. Like in my head I'm like, yeah, 2 hours tops. No, this was 5 hours of work for this tiny little thing. That's why I don't know how to price them, because that's a conversation for another day. But anyway, onto her hair. I decided to give her a Sabrina Carpenter-esque curtain bang fringe. Yeah. And I just want to know, why can I do this fondant unicorn's hair better than my own? Literally, it's so cute. And then I gave her some eyeliner as well. My hands were literally trembling, but anyway. Now onto the flowers. Yes, I did hand make these fondant roses, and I'm going to show you how. So I start out by rolling my fondant kind of thin, but not too thin. And then I got this flower making kit off Amazon. It comes with 2 size cutters, 1 small and then 1 larger one as well. So I then cut out all of the petals. And if you're thinking, how is this going to turn into a rose? I thought the same thing. I did have to YouTube a couple of videos, but it's fine. I then put the petals on the foam board, which also comes in the kit, and then I use my ball tool to thin out the edges of each petal. This is just going to make the flower look more realistic. And then you want to put a strip of water in the middle and then fold it in half. So then with the small size first, you want to put some more water and then roll it up into a sausage, and then continue that roll with the bigger petal as well. And then you want to open up the flower, flare it out, make it look more natural, and there you have it. It's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, but it does take some time. I let my fondant pieces dry overnight so that when I was placing them on the cake, I wasn't worried that they would break or anything. So yeah, just make sure you're making your fondant bits ahead of time. And then the rest of the cake was just me dressing it up and placing everything on to make it look pretty. The customer did send in this image as inspiration. Does it look like the picture? No, it doesn't, but it's still pretty, and that's why it's an inspiration picture, because I can't copy it 100%. I'm not the designer. To achieve the petals that are on the actual cake, I used a palette knife, and palette knife work is not my strong suit. Like, I am so bad at it. But that's why I love the internet. You Google something and it shows you how to do it. So I watched 3 to 4 videos and now I can say I'm confident with a palette knife. Like, these look so pretty. I then wet my clean finger and I used that to dip into some mini sprinkles and place that where the petals meet. And then, what's a unicorn cake without glitter? Hello, it needs glitter, so I added a bunch of that, and then I used my Cricut to make this topper myself. It says her name, V&A, and her age, which is 3, which means I've literally made her cakes from when she was born till now. How special. I love that. For the final details, I just added some gold highlights to the petals and a little candle right at the top, and here is a final spin. Like, this cake is so precious. Yes, it did take 2 years off my life, but it was so worth it. My customer sent me the cutest videos of her daughter seeing the cake. I'll show you at the end, but as always, let me know what you guys think. Bye, cuties! Yay!